Mike Collins, Scoonie Penn back here. It's been such an interesting year in the Big Ten. Almost nothing seems clear-cut. Your coach of the year isn't clear-cut. The team that's going to win isn't clear-cut. The best team isn't clear. Whoever's in the tourney isn't clear-cut. That also brings us to our Arcelor middle rankings, our power rankings for the week. And for that, we turn to another not crystal clear subject, which is the Big Ten Player of the Year. Give me your top 5 players in reverse order of who you think are candidates for the Big Ten Player of the Year.
Yeah, well, for me, there's a number of guys that could be on this list. But at number 5, I'm going Yogi Ferrell. He is the guy that I feel has improved his game dramatically. He is the leader of that team. He not only has stepped up his scoring, being second in league in scoring, he's third in three-point field goal percentage. He's improved more than 10 points per game this year than he did last season with a lot more pressure on him. I understand the team is not playing as well. The record isn't as good, but he has definitely improved as a player. But also, he is my favorite player to watch in the Big Ten.
Yeah, he's been exciting. He's been asked to do more. He has done more.
Definitely.
But like you said, the team struggling so much is going to be hard for him to win this award, which is why he's 5. Who you got at 4?
Oh, I'm going with the Iowa guy. I'm going with Marble. If you asked me this about a week or two ago, he would be higher on this list. But the fact remains that they've been losing games. When you start losing games, that knocks you down on the list. You know, right now he's averaging 16.9 points, 38% from the threes, 1.8 steals. 5 steals. And, he's averaging 18 points per game shooting, 44% from threes in conference play alone. He stepped his game up. This team was hot all season. They've tailed off a little bit. He's been the main reason why they play well. He's improved each year. And, a couple weeks ago, like I said, I thought he would have been in the running for player of the year. But since the losses, he's tailed off a little bit, and I have him at 4.
Yeah, I don't think it's much of a surprise that he's on your list, but I think it's a big surprise to people. Even just 2 weeks ago, they might not have seen your number 3 coming.
Oh, no, but Pederson from Nebraska is a serious player. Here we go, a transfer from Texas Tech. Last year, he was averaging 3 points per game. Now this year, he's 18.4 points per game. He's a leader in conference. 10 games of 20 points or more. 45% from field goal and 82 from the free throw line. Like, watching this guy is exciting. He is a reason why, they're a whole different team with him out there. He has high energy. If this team had a better record, he'd be in the running to be player of the year. So right now he's at 3. He could easily move up to 2 or 1.
And that's the thing. They keep winning, and he keeps playing great. Look at the numbers and the points he scored.
Definitely.
20-plus the last 3 games. If they keep winning and if he keeps scoring like that, he might get even higher than number 3.
Definitely.
Who you got at number 2?
Number 2, I think, is the most, I would say, NBA-ready guy. That's Gary Harris right now. He would be number 1, but the simple fact that they're not in first place anymore. Gary Harris has been the man for Michigan State all season, with Payne being injured and out a lot of games. If you watch his game, he's a great scorer. He's scoring over 17 points a game, but he's also good on steals. He has 2 steals per game, so he's top 3 in those 2 categories. 10 games of 20 points or more, and he's shooting 80% from the free throw line. Like I said at the beginning, he is probably the best pro prospect out of this group here in the Big Ten, and right now sitting at number 2.
And imagine what he could have done with a healthy roster alongside him the entire season.
Different story.
Where you got at number 1?
I'm going with the Canadian, Nick Stauska, right now. And being in first place right now at this point in the Big Ten definitely helps that cause. But he's another young man who has improved his game dramatically this year. He's averaging 17 points a game, 49% from the free throw, from the field goal range, 44 from threes, which is huge. But this is the stat I love. He's averaged 22 points per game against Michigan State, 64% shooting. Michigan State was supposed to be the cream of the crop in the conference. That shows you that during the big games, he steps up and he plays well. And right now, he has his Michigan Wolverines in first place in the Big Ten.
Sean Morris was on here yesterday. We talked about a similar idea, and he also had Aaron Kraft in there on his list. He said Sam Decker was very close to being on the list. He left Yogi just barely off. What are your thoughts on Aaron being on that list?
I have Aaron just off. Just like he and I could flip-flop. I can take Yogi off, put Aaron on, but the reason why I have Yogi on is because there's been so much more pressure on him. It's been all about him, and depending on how he plays, it kind of determines how Indiana goes. So I went with him over Aaron Kraft. I think Aaron has a little more than Yogi has, but he's phenomenal. He's scoring 17 points per game, a lot more than he did last year.
And there's an awful lot of time still to go for this list to get shaken up and perhaps sorted out in a different manner in another week or so.